Guys, today I am so excited to bring you along on a special project that I've been working on for the past few weeks. It is actually the landscaping at my parents' new house that they just built. They moved in about a month ago or so, and I have been tasked with doing their landscaping, which I am so excited about. I do have some footage from the past week or so as I've been designing it. I'm going to show you kind of where I started. When you see this first clip, just know that it was raining that day. So where it looks like it's cloudy and shaded, it's not. This is the front part of their house is facing the south, like straight south. And then the west side, which is the side that we're doing, because they are on a corner. So their house sits facing south, and then the road going into the neighborhood is on the west side of their house is on that road. So it's going to be full sun and very hot all the time. So that is kind of the challenge. Plus, they did white bricks, so that's going to be a challenge in itself. And we're here in Oklahoma, so in the middle of the summer, it gets super hot. And with that white brick and the sun reflecting off of it, that's going to be a challenge. They just wanted some foundational plants to get started, and then we'll add more over the years. But for right now, I just wanted to show you, last weekend we picked up a few trees and a couple of small plants, and I got those in the ground this week. And then last night, Art and I went shopping for the rest of that part of the garden, most of it anyway. And we're going to go back and put that in the ground today, which will be part 2 of this video. But for now, I wanted you to be able to see where we started and how it's going. Feel free to put in any thoughts that you have in the comments. Let me know if you have suggestions or ideas of kind of what we're thinking, and I'll tell you more about it as we go along. Okay, measurements for right here. We have a depth of 12 foot going that direction, and then it is 8 foot wide right here. So this whole thing is 12 by 8 if you close it off right here. So then over here, it's almost 2 foot deep, and it is 14 foot long from here to here. Of course, you'd want it kind of symmetrical with this over here. So from there to here is where it's another 14 feet. So it's going to be the same measurements from that corner to there, 14 feet, and then here to here, 14 feet. Okay, so from where we left off there, all the way back there is 12 foot in length. Okay, so this is from the back of the house, and the fence is going to tie in right here to the house. So from here, this long bed is 45 feet long, and it's anywhere from 3 to 5 feet deep in the different sections. And this is their west facing wall, so it's going to have some bright, full sun in the afternoons. I'm going to have to be careful though with what I put in that corner, because it won't have all day sun, but it will have the hot afternoon sun. And then let's see here, this will get some pretty bright sun all around here. And then this is the south facing, so of course all of this is going to be in the sun all day. However, this deeper section over here where she wants to put a Japanese maple, it will kind of be shaded in the later afternoon as the sun is starting to go more towards the west, this area. So here's what we're working with. And that's the west side of the house. This is the south side. And this is the east side of the house here. I think the fence is going to tie in with that one and come across. But that definitely will get morning sun. So last Saturday, we had my parents meet us at our local nursery. Me and Art got there about an hour before they did, so I sent them some photos and video to show them what I was thinking. I found the blue juniper that I was telling you about. Isn't this thing the coolest? A few things that my parents had mentioned to me that they wanted to see in their landscape were crape myrtles, possibly some roses, butterfly bushes, ornamental grass, a Japanese maple, some azaleas, hydrangeas. Obviously, for some of those plants, I was a little concerned that they would get way too much sun in the areas that we are planting in right now. So another thing I knew they wanted was a trellis for that west wall of the house. They've got two different bathrooms that have the transom windows up top and a big wide open space of brick right there. You can see it in this photo where the area that juts out, that is actually into both of their two guest bathrooms. And so they wanted a trellis for that spot. And this is the trellis that I found that I showed them a picture of, and they loved it. I had also been raving about the candy corn spirea to my mother. As soon as we got to the nursery, it was the first thing I saw there. I did convince her to get those, and she loves them. By Tuesday night, I had to race over there right after work because the plants were starting to wilt. Yeah, I think so. If you're okay with waiting on the Japanese maple.
Yeah, I can put the Japanese maple somewhere else.
I know, I am too. And I'm thinking to make sure it gets enough shade, I really think we need to put it right here. Are you okay with that? Putting it like right here? Okay. I think that's gonna look very pretty. So the rest of this footage is just showing kind of how we laid everything out and the different changes that we made along the way. Earlier, you heard us talking about the Japanese maple, and ultimately, I had to convince my mom to give up on her dream of having a Japanese maple in that spot. It just was going to get way too much sun there. So originally we were thinking of putting the hydrangea in here, but I really was scared that it was going to get way too much sun there as well. So we wound up putting the hydrangea over on the east side and that little area there. And it's still suffering a bit, but I think it will rebound. Ultimately, we hit a pipe in this area, so we had to redig our hole just a little bit further back. So I've been really worried about that pampas grass back there. I even accidentally got on the highway trying to transport this thing a couple miles down the road to my parents' house, but I get on the highway to go to work and this is on my way, so I was just in the habit of doing that on accident. But I still kind of took it slow, and so far it's holding up. I am now just probably about a quarter mile from their house, and so I'm going slow, and it seems like it's gonna make it. So I'm excited to get these in the ground. My dad wanted these to hide his water meter, so can't wait to see how it looks. Okay, this thing scared me. Can you see it? Is he alive? I've never seen one with his eyes open like that before. But he hasn't blinked. Doesn't look like he's breathing. I think I just dug him up in the mud. Weird. Okay, there's our little hydrangea limelight over there beside the garage. And then here we've got the purple asters and the candy corn spirea bordering the front porch. We're gonna fill in more asters and everything too. And then right there at the end of the porch in that corner is a rose of Sharon althea. And then I just got this pampas grass planted and the juniper down there, which my mom calls the Lorax tree. So this is what those look like. So we've still got a lot more work to do, but it's looking so good. And yeah, the pampas grass, I think once it fills in, it will hide that meter pretty good. So it's coming along. I like it.